A wild weather system coming our way.
We do have the potential for a number of strong storms to move through later this afternoon, so you do need a way to be weather aware. Be sure to download the Storm Shield weather app in case you need to get some alerts in case strong storms head your way. So here's a live look outside this morning in the south side of Lansing. Some clouds out there this morning, but we're dry at least for the time being. This is the literal calm before the storms. We're expecting those thunderstorms more towards the late afternoon into the early evening hours. From about 2 to 7 o'clock is the best time frame for any stronger thunderstorms. This morning's satellite and radar, aside from a few heavier downpours kind of more off to our west, we're dry at least in mid-Michigan, maybe a few sprinkles down near Jackson, but that's really about it. The system we're concerned with is still off to our west. It's an area of low pressure that's just starting to move into Iowa. It's going to connect with what's left of the remnants of Tropical Depression Cristobal. It's that area of low that's circling up towards the Upper Peninsula. Now, between these two systems is a cold front, and that is going to move through later this afternoon. It will move from west to east pretty much across the state, starting at around noontime or so, and then it'll probably work its way across the state by about 9 o'clock. But here in mid-Michigan, probably from about 2 to 7 is the best time frame for any stronger thunderstorms, because as that front moves through, it is going to spark quite a number of them. In fact, we do have a severe weather risk in place for today. The Storm Prediction Center has placed Lansing and Jackson, this red color, under a moderate risk. On a scale of 1 to 5, that's a 4, so it's pretty up there. We usually don't see this high of a risk here in mid-Michigan, or at least this far north, so this is pretty serious, and you do need to take it seriously. Again, have a way to receive multiple ways to receive alerts in case your power goes out, and have a safe spot ready to go, because we could see anything from strong gusty winds, and even the potential for a few tornadoes is not out of the question for today. So here's how it kind of pans out. Our biggest weather impacts that we're expecting will likely be the wind. Any thunderstorms could produce wind gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour as they move through. Hail could be rather large, about the size of a quarter or bigger. And again, we can't rule out the chance for a few tornadoes starting to spin up later this afternoon. So again, you need multiple ways to receive alerts. Download the Storm Shield weather app in the App Store, both for Android and iPhones. So your future track as we go hour by hour. Today, again, we should be dry at least until about noon or so. From there, we'll start to see a few thunderstorms bubbling up. But here in mid-Michigan, the better time frame will be from about 2 until around 7 o'clock. Notice where you're seeing some of those reds and even some of these purples. We usually don't see purple, and that indicates the chance for some very strong thunderstorms. Again, winds will be the main concern as these move through. They could produce wind gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour. We can't rule out the chance, though, for a few tornadoes, even though the risk is on the lower end. These will move from west to east, and probably by the time we hit 5 o'clock or so, most of the storms will be kind of in our eastern counties, closer to around Ann Arbor and down towards Detroit. By about 7 o'clock, these storms are pretty much out of our area. From there, we'll see just a few isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, but it will be non-severe until about 10 o'clock or so. And then that rain really starts to wrap up, and we should be dry after that. Maybe an isolated sprinkle as late as about 2 a.m. on Thursday morning, and then we should be dry during the day tomorrow. For today, though, we're already pretty hot and pretty humid out there. 79 is where we're starting this morning in Lansing, 77 in Jackson. It's already 80 this morning in Charlotte. Temperatures are expected to reach into the mid-80s early this afternoon before the storms arrive. Again, afternoon thunderstorms from about 2 to 7. Severe weather is likely, and it will be windy today. Tonight we drop down to 57 degrees. Those storms should start to come to an end, and then from there we'll get some much-deserved quiet weather, at least all the way through the weekend. High of 74 and mostly sunny tomorrow. Will cool into the 60s by this weekend.